feelings kit and just kind of talk with you through it very quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because we actually have an entire class that's on the feelings kit. This is one that I actually used for an extremely long time. In fact, I use it just about every single day for an entire year. And I would do it in the morning, I would do it at night. What Young Living recommends is that you do this in the morning for 30 days, and then you do it at night for 30 days, and then you might want to use it both. I would actually do it both times. I would start with Valor, and I would apply Valor to the soles of my feet. Valor is known to be named after a concoction of essential oil blends that Roman soldiers used before they faced battle. Now, if you think about that, courage, valor, bravery, it isn't a denial of reality. So often I hear this phrase, this mantra, and in fact, I don't know if I hate it, it just kind of churns me the wrong way. It's this phrase. In fact, I was in a leadership conference the other day, and somebody actually got up there and they said it, and everybody applauded. They said, "Fear is a liar." And everybody's like, oh, well, it's on Christian radio. It must obviously be true. Or somebody on the stage that's a well-known speaker said it. It must be true. And I thought, no. Fear is not a liar. Fear is actually the reality that you're feeling something that's difficult that you're about to face. But as you apply Valor on the soles of your feet, it gives you this courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the reality that I feel fear, but I'm going to endure anyway, in as gracious and a healthy way as possible. So the feelings kit, Valor to the soles of your feet as you get ready to walk forward and face the day. Forgiveness is the next one. You actually apply that to your stomach, to the inner part there of your being, which is your gut. Your gut is said to be your second brain. Your stomach is actually shaped exactly like your brain. It has as many neurons and endings as your brain. In fact, there is this emotional intelligence that happens in the gut. You might have done it before. You might have actually said, hey, I just felt it in my gut. Or as you face something, you might have had this intuition that like there were butterflies in your stomach. So as you apply forgiveness to the stomach, you forgive, you let things go, you leave them from the center of who you are. Forgiveness doesn't acknowledge that what happened was right. In fact, forgiveness actually, just like courage doesn't disavow fear. Courage says there is fear. Forgiveness doesn't disavow that wrong happened. Forgiveness actually says a wrong did happen, but I'm not going to let it occupy and hold me hostage anymore. I'm going to be free of the judgment of that, or not free of the judgment, free of holding out the consequence for the judgment. I judge it as wrong, but I choose to move forward anyway after acknowledging that it was wrong and acknowledging that it hurt. Release is the next one. You actually apply this to your wrist, which are the pulse points. I would just put a couple drops, put my hands together, and actually just visualize yourself. You may even want to pray, is what I would do. And I would just pray, letting go of the things, acknowledging, just as the serenity prayer says. I went to this when I was in a 12-step group. The serenity prayer would say, hey, God, grant me the courage to change the things that I can and to take control of those things, and the wisdom to release the things that I can't control. And let me know the difference. Okay, and it says it in a lot better language than that. Inner child is another one. You would apply this to the back of your waist, near your spine, just kind of on the back. You apply this also to the back of your neck. Inner child, acknowledging that sometimes what happens is there's a true self that's inside of us, and there's another self that's kind of that shell, that's kind of that protective outer barrier that we put up that's bigger than who we are to kind of block off and protect all of the things around us. And the inner child gets us back to the reality of, okay, let's just be who we are, and let's just trust the process. Let me give you another one, is harmony. 2 more oils. Harmony, we apply this one to our heart. And I would actually have I would just lift up my shirt and apply this. So I just had like a little, I hate to say ritual, because that sounds kind of a little hokey to some people, but that's kind of what it was. I'd get up and I just have this process. In the morning, I'd take a shower, and then as I put on my clothes, just kind of go through this whole process. It'd take me 2 to 3 minutes. At night, just getting ready for bed, I'd go through this whole process, just do the same thing and just let go of some things. Harmony from the heart. Proverbs talks about guarding your heart. It is the wellspring of life. And the reality is, for some of us, for many of us, the most hurt and the most protected place is the heart, because that is the most tender. And the scripture encourages us actually to guard our heart, not to guard our heart from everything, but to guard it from the harmful things, so that we can, and this is something I'm learning, is so we can open it up to the best things. And so harmony actually helps and empowers you to do that one. And then present time, I would actually apply this to my chest, so just above the heart, and I would apply this to actually the top of my head and even to my temples. Present time, just because you want to face forward, you want to live in the future, but a future that's like right here future, like just next best step future. Not living in the past. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that except for deal with the hurts and wounds from the past. Recognize that there were some great things in the past. The past wasn't all bad. There were some incredible things. No matter how bad certain things were, there were some incredible things that were good memories there as well. But all you can do now is to take what you can from that, lessons good and bad, both, synthesize them together, walk in harmony as you move forward, live present. Not present way off in the future, but present in the sense of what's just the next best step for you.